Hey, what up? I'm up. And I'm doing a little bit of just random shit right now. Kind of studying into two particular tribes, but I'm going into some of the oldest Oklahoma census records. I was looking for a particular town, but then I noticed the reservation area of Apache Kiowa Comanche Reservation census, and it's the first census for them in Oklahoma. I think this is like 1910 or 1920, somewhere around that time. It's the 1900. So there's something that I find very funny in here because these should be Indians. Your Kiowa, Apache, Comanche should be Indians, right? But we're going to jump in close. Now, I want you to notice a couple of things. Now, this is the birthplace of the person. This is the birthplace of their mother and the birthplace of their father. One of the two. I think is one of it was something like that. Right here, birthplace of father, birthplace of mother. I was right. Now, I want you to notice this. This person was born in Oklahoma, right? The father was born in Mexico, mother born in Texas. Father born in Mexico, mother born in Mexico. Mexico. Now we have states, but when it gets to Mexico, they don't know exactly where. They just say Mexico. Now this is that same person's line, and notice the Indian side says the father's tribe says Mexican. Mother's side says Comanche. The mother's from Texas. She's Indian. The person from Mexico is just Mexico. Now this is Mexico. And they got here Mexico and Comanche. Still, the mother Comanche, they said the mother's from Mexico, but yet she was Comanche. Kind of confusing. But as you can see, a lot of these folks are from Mexico. And then you have some that'll be like Oklahoma right here. So on and so forth. So from this point, we can see that these people who are the so-called Indians of Kiowa, Apache, Comanche at the time, at least the ones they put on those reservations, because we do know there were melanated Apaches like your boy James Brown. But at the same time, let's take a look here. Now it says here, if the Indian has no YT blood, write 0. If he or she has YT blood, write 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, whichever is the fraction nearest. So who has YT blood? Well, this is the column that they're talking about right here. This column right here. Now I want you to notice something. Notice these people are half-bloods. Where does the white blood come from? Does it come from the Mexican or the Comanche? Where does the YT blood come from this half? He is a whatever tribe that is, and a Mexican. Now these that have 0, that's funny. Unknown. You don't know what the mother or the father is, but you said they're not mixed. How can you know they're not mixed if you don't know what they are? But you know for sure that the child is Apache. How can you know the child is Apache if the mother and the father are unknown? I will just go with it. Apache. Okay, 0. Comanche, unknown. Comanche, we'll just go with it, right? Comanche, unknown. Comanche, we'll just go with it. Whatever, right? But the most striking part is the Mexican blood is listed as the YT half, right? Can't be that that's the YT, that's the Comanche. Shouldn't be, right? But the Mexicans will want you to believe that they are mestizos, which are people who are mixed with Indians already. But if that's the case, this wouldn't be a half, because you would already be a half if you had an Indian mom or a fourth, and then you get with this person. So really, that would be more than a half. But it's not. Obviously, this is based upon lookership, but they knew that these people came from Mexico. But we also know that the Carlisle Indian School used to allow in Mexicans to their schools too, to the Indian schools, regarding a possible arrangement for Mexican students at the Carlisle Indian School. So you know somebody's a Mexican and you know somebody's an Indian because you're letting Mexicans into the Indian school. You didn't say, well, yeah, these are Indians from Mexico. We'll just call them Indians. We're letting the Indians into Indian school because, you know, the whole thing doesn't really matter if they're from Mexico, right? They're Indians going to Indian school. But you had to denote the fact that they was Mexicans. Just like they did right here. And again, the instructions was clear. If they have any white blood, put those fractions. So who is the white blood coming from? Notice it says that. I didn't even realize it said that when I clicked on that. Anyways, these people be playing. And I've said this many times. This is 1900. Mexicans have been here for some time. Spanish people, Spaniards, okay, and Spanish. And people have some married into them, some haven't. Either way, they've been here for some time. And I used to say, what were they classifying these people as before they got put out there like that? Or before they started classifying them as Mexican? Because the Mexican category didn't really come until like the 1920s, 1930s. Now, I also find it funny that on this same reservation census form, from back then, the same time, the same reservation of Indians, where the Indians, which are the fake ones, should be. You also got a bunch of YT folks here. Now, notice those YT folks ain't really mixed in with those other Indians. So far that I've looked, they mostly had a bunch of Mexican parents who were listed as the half of the YT. But either way, in this same document, you got people who just some of these people weren't even born here. Some of these people were born in England, Ireland. They just got off the fucking boat and ended up in Indian territory? Why? Why would you reserve an area for Indians and then bring over immigrants? I just don't understand it. Look at their parents coming in from Ireland, coming in from other places. Some of them are from the States, Scotland, Austria, Ireland. These people weren't even born here. It's insanely crazy to see this shit. Canada, it's insanely crazy to see this shit because you would think, just like I would think, that Indian territory should just be a fucking lot of Indians there. But no, you got some of everything there. And that's what we've been telling people. Now, yeah, this is 1900, well after some time from the Indian territories being formed. But still, if y'all don't quit playing with us,